You know, in the course of being a life coach and a motivational speaker, a lot of questions have been asked about, especially to me, I've been confronted on several occasions all over in airports, all over the world. It's like, sir, Dr. G, how long does it take for my passion, which I have really, pushed to become purpose, how long is it going to take for me to start getting results, to be known out there? How long is it going to take my voice to be heard? How long is it going to take my impact to be felt? How long is it going to take for my results to actually make the difference, in everything I'm doing? It's like people in the same niche with me, people who are along the same line of business with me, career, vocation, they seem to be known. How long is it going to take for me to actually, be known out there, my impact to be felt in a nutshell? And most times I look at this question and I sometimes wonder how to really answer it. But I look at it from this angle. I look at it from the angle of consistency in showing up. We all don't get the same results the same time because all of us don't put in the same effort. All of us don't work the same way. We didn't even start the same time. And some of these people you see and you feel they have gotten the kind of results they want or the kind of results you look up to. Some of them have been consistent for a very long time. Some of them have been at this for a while. I said something not too long ago. Stop counting your step one with someone's step 20. Someone didn't start the same time with you. You don't have the same backgrounds. You didn't face the same kind of challenges. You didn't move, you didn't do what you're doing in the same environment. There are a lot of factors that really come to interplay for results to actually be manifested in the end. So sometimes those are things we should consider. And mind you, you're never in competition with anyone. You're supposed to just look up to people, be inspired by them, be inspired by their works, and be motivated by what they do, especially people in the same niche with you. So I boil it all down to consistency in showing up. Showing up is one aspect that a lot of us are actually getting it wrong. We try things and we give ourselves a certain amount of time. And when we look at that time and what we expect doesn't start manifesting, we get very impatient. We give up easily. And then the next thing, either we switch to something else or we fall apart completely. You see, for you to get lasting results in your passion, just look at it. You have to be consistent. You have to be showing up consistently. Now, some of the figures I've mentioned in the course of this series, and people everywhere, check everyone who has become worthy of mention. Anybody who is an influence in society today, in the world, anybody who is significant, just watch. They didn't just start immediately. Most of them have been there for years. They've been on this platform for a very long time. They have been pushing and pushing. They have been showing up even when no one noticed. As a matter of fact, some of them kept doing what they were doing, not even having in mind they were going to be great. If you interview some of all these great personalities, they'll tell you they never started out with the intention of being great. They just kept doing what they loved doing. They kept doing what they enjoyed doing, not minding who was looking, not minding who was observing. They just kept doing. And, after time, somehow your results pay off. You see, if you really want to make a mark in your passion, pursuing your passion to purpose, you have to forget about every other thing and just keep at what you do. There's a different school of thought that says you try out different things and so on. I am not against that. But the question is, when people want to actually know you for something, what will they know you for? Will they know you for too many things? What if they want to invite you for something? What if they want to patronize you for something? What actually are they going to patronize you for? You're doing so many things, and the more you do a lot of things, you confuse your audience out there. A lot of people don't even know what you specialize in. They don't know your niche. So one thing is that you need to keep showing up even when you don't feel like it. Because you see, your passion will always be tried. Your passion will be tried from time to time. There are going to be moments when it's like you're wasting your time. There are going to be moments when it's like no one seems to be noticing what you're doing. There are going to be moments where you'll be on a complete low for a very long time. And that's where the true champion is built. The ability during these kind of periods to keep showing up. Showing up means just keep doing what you're doing. Always be there. Always be there. Even when they look and no other person is there, you should be the one they should keep seeing. You should always be showing up. You should be the face right there every time. There's some of us that I remember when I was recording. I remember when I had one of my shows. That was in Abia State in one of the TV stations, and sorry, the radio stations. And because I had too many shows on different stations across the country, I was finding it difficult to keep up with some of them. And some of them, they'll be like, record your material, send it, and the rest. But I was just too busy that even to be able to record my programs, my broadcasts became an issue. So one of the days I had to walk to the studio, and because after much pressure, and I walked to the studio and I met the studio manager, and he was like, "Sir, with due respect, your show has garnered one of the widest audiences and reaches in the Southeast, and people expect you to be consistent. If they keep following your program every week and then a certain period comes out for 2-3 weeks, they don't hear from you, or they keep noticing you're repeating the same show, you will start losing your audience. And as a matter of fact, a lot of other people having programs on air are beginning to copy your own program. And so people will easily slip over to them. Since they can't find you anymore, they'll look for consolation somewhere else. And that thing struck me. This is why a lot of us are losing what we're supposed to be doing, because you're not consistent. You're up today, you're down tomorrow. You shine today, and when no one is watching, nothing is happening, you fizzle off again. It's not supposed to be like that. Showing up is one of the major attributes in your passion, because it's your passion that pushes you to keep showing up. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, you'll notice you'll get lazy after some time. You'll get bored over what you're doing. You get weak. And that's why you keep noticing this thing up and down all the time. But when you're passionate about what you do, it's difficult for anybody to see you give up at any time. You will just keep doing it. You're not doing it because you want. You're doing it because you enjoy doing it. Passion is all about what you love doing, what you enjoy doing. If you're passionate about something, you'll just be enjoying that thing. It's something that you will love doing. You'll just keep enjoying it. You play that. Why do you think kids easily swim? Why do they float easily? Because when they get into water, they enjoy the water. They see the water. They see the pool as their playground. So they play with the water, and before you know what happens, they are floating. But you, an adult, gets in there, and the first thing is your defense mechanism setting, and you're thinking of how to float, and then you're struggling, and you start sinking. You see, passion makes you enjoy what you're doing. And one way to get results in your passion is to consistently show up, even when you don't feel like. I remember when I actually started bodybuilding, and I bodybuilt for a very long time. I kept gymming we call it gymming here. I was always in the gym for months, and I wasn't seeing results. And I was almost giving up. But my instructor then kept telling me that, keep doing this thing. The day the results will come, it will just come one night or one morning. You go to look at yourself in the mirror and you start seeing your definitions and other things. I didn't believe it because the pains were unbearable. But I kept going to the gym, and there were days I didn't feel like going to the gym. There are days it rains, you don't feel like going, but you just have to pick yourself and keep going. I kept doing these things, not until it started happening. It took time, but when it came, I looked at myself one day in the mirror and poof, I was all there. So this is what being consistent, showing up brings about. If Jesus Christ had just come, and after the miracles of, turning water to wine, raising the dead, healing the sick, healing the lame, and so on and so forth, if he had stopped there, he would not have fulfilled his purpose. The purpose was the cross. And it was his passion that was making him move around to perform the miracles and care for people. But the purpose was the cross. If he had stopped at his passion, he wouldn't have reached his purpose. But each stage of his passion kept pushing him to his purpose. If he had stopped at any of these miracles and said it's enough, that would have been the end of mankind. But he kept going until he got to the cross. You need to keep pushing on until you get results. Some of all these great people we see, I've said it before, they have been there for a very long time. Check their backgrounds. They have put in efforts over years. Some of them were never known. Some of them kept doing their thing. You think when you see it as they have blown today, it was just like that? No. Go check their backgrounds, make inquiries. You find out that they were ignored for some time. Some people didn't know them, but they kept doing what they were doing. And I was just listening to something lately. I don't even know if it's true, not verified, but Don Jazzy, a very great producer, I learned that at a period, he was looking for talent, and he got to this school, this institution, and sent his staff to go there and see if they could hunt out talent for him. And they came up with some. And he went to their Instagram pages and looked at their Instagram accounts and checked them up. And some of them, nothing really. And he was like, But you know one thing, somehow he kept going through the accounts every day, until, and it was saying that they kept uploading videos. I never knew that the great Don Jazzy, one of the greatest producers of all times, was going through the account steadily. You don't know who is watching what you're doing. And so, you know what happened? One of the days he looked at the whole, and then suddenly one of them posted a video, and that immediately saw the video, was like, this is what I'm looking for. And he sent his people to go get this talent. They reached out, got him. He chatted up through the Instagram account. And funny enough, the lady didn't even respond to him. Arya Star, she didn't respond to him. So he kept following her account, observing everything she was doing, until he noticed she posted a video with her brother. And so he had to go through the brother and accessed her through the brother. And how he was able to get her. And the rest is now history. You don't know who is watching you. So you just need to keep showing up. That thing you're doing, keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Whether you're seeing results or not, just keep doing it. You never know who is going to see you. And you never know the day you will be recognized and your voice will be heard. King's Logic, this video is very lengthy, but I had to do it this way. Thank you for your patience going through this whole video. Normal Maya man, trying to give someone out a reason to stay alive and a purpose for living. Thank you.